Hey guys, welcome to my channel where I mainly review indie video games. So if you like indie video games, I suggest you go ahead and subscribe and turn on those notifications. Today we are going to be talking about Wardrobe Even Better Edition and why I just found it overall disappointing. Wardrobe Even Better Edition was created by Cynic Games and released in 2017. And overall, when I found the game, I was really excited to play it. I thought it had a very cool, interesting aesthetic, and it looked like it was going to have a really fun and humorous story. One of the main things I have issue with is beauty over substance. I found when I was playing the game, the scenes, yes, they were beautiful. There was objects in each scene that looked like you could interact with them, but they were just there for artistic purposes. Then there were some objects you could interact with, but in a very limited scope, and some of them didn't have a part to play in the actual story, which I found to be quite annoying. If you tried to interact with an object that wasn't part of the storyline more than once, you tended to get the same character response over and over again instead of something different, or the option to interact with that being taken away after the one interaction was used. Overall, I think the scenes and the artistry behind the game are breathtaking. I like playing games that I feel like would belong on something like Cartoon Network. It's very whimsy, very childlike, but the scenes and the interaction with the objects just fell flat to me as far as functionality. Another key thing that they really tried to promote with this video game was the writing. Any synopsis of this game that I have found has brought up the fact of how humorous it is. And honestly, where? I don't find this game to be humorous. It's a lot of the jokes fall flat of entertaining, to say the least, and I think that the strongest part of their humor was in the very beginning with the narrator. I wish I would have seen more of that narrator voice brought through the story instead of the sole narration being your character, because the characters' moments just aren't funny. They're not punchy enough. They're not as tongue-in-cheek as I think they feel like they were, and I just overall feel like the writing and the story was just really lacking. And then we come to the main component of the actual game, which is its playability, its puzzles. It's trying to figure out what to pair with what to get a desired reaction. And I personally am not new to puzzle games. I play a lot of them. They're very fun to me, and I actually have another video game that is a puzzle game as well that I played alongside this that wasn't as challenging because progression of the steps in the puzzle made sense. To me, the game is scattered in a sense that you don't know exactly what you're working towards. Like, you know that you're trying to get the wardrobe, but you don't know exactly how to achieve that. It's not ever really clear. When I was playing this game, I had to play with a cheat step-by-step guide, and I'm honestly not ashamed of it because it would have taken me a lot longer to figure it out by myself, and I just wanted to power through this game because it just wasn't entertaining to struggle that hard. Their puzzle and game mechanics of what you were supposed to pair with what to progress the story along made really any sense. For the puzzles to make any sense, you have to remember what each scene looks like and what you can interact with in each scene, because you can't pick everything up in each scene. You can interact with multiple things in each scene, but you can't take them with you. So if you have to create something from multiple different objects from multiple different scenes and then come back to this one specific spot to use it, you have to remember all of that. And while other games do this as well, what I think this game struggles with is being concise with their locations and being concise with an objection for each location and really paring down where things are located. There's one location in particular where it's like a carnival, and that honestly, that whole area, I think you get 2 things from there. In the whole grand scheme of the game, you get 2 items from that location, and to me that is just a waste. And if there's no direction in the game, you're just trying to go from place to place, figuring out what can work with what. You're just running around trying to figure out what you're supposed to be doing, and I don't find that as an enjoyable gaming experience. Not that I need my handheld, but I need the game to tell me this is what you should be doing, and clearly showing that with either your story or your environment. And because there's so much going on in each environment, you are easily distracted with what's going on in the background. I think that the game honestly could have shined and would have been a lot more enjoyable if they just would have edited. I'm really interested to see what other games Cynic Games has created, to see kind of if there's a similar style that goes throughout their games, or if maybe this was kind of just a one-off game that maybe just wasn't my style. But I'm really interested to see what else this company has coming out. I would love to hear your guys' opinions down below if you have played this game, if you had a similar experience to me, or maybe if you really love this game and it was more straightforward to you than it was to me. I would really love to talk about it down below in the comments, and I will see you guys in the next one.